Hi everyone, this is Zombi and welcome to another one of my dungeon boss videos. I wanted to make a quick video on this week's dungeon boss week-long event, which is the Dwarfs vs Goblins. It's a recycle of the 4th Guild Games quest line. There are a bunch of quests in here which you guys can do, and I advise you do work towards them. The good thing about this is that it's going to be a great way for you to stock up on some resources, which we'll take a look in the shop in a moment. I also want to do a video on the Goblin Hideout, Goblin Stronghold very hard level. I've previously made a video for it, but that was before I was doing these voiceovers, so I thought I'd do one, talk about the choices I've made, talk about the dungeon. So let's just go straight to the shop after I claim that. We can go there in a moment. Go away. So in the shop, I've got a bunch of really cool things that you can actually get hold of for your tokens, including some Dairis tokens for anyone leveling her up. If you've got enough patience to get yourself 60,000 tickets, then you've got an improved rune grab bag. I don't think I'd recommend that personally. That's a lot of tickets to get those when you can actually make much better, greater versions of runes if you've got the right materials, which you can get from getting this stuff. But for me, what I'm going to be spending my tickets on is this, the loot keys. Anyone that's been leveling up their epics will have the pain of having run out of loot keys, I imagine, if you're trying to do a quick loot on it. By buying these, you can speed up getting your epics up to a decent level where you're getting good bonuses for your characters. And the good thing is that these keys here, in last week's Guild Games 5, were 200 tickets, I think it was, for 5. Now you're getting twice the value by doing this. So I'm throwing a lot of money at getting these keys so I can quickly level up my epics on all my heroes by spamming the boss island dungeons, which currently at the moment is the Blue Island. So I would recommend doing that. So let's get straight on to the action. Where are we? We're in the events. Goblin Hideout. Yes, I found it. Very good. As I mentioned then, I've already done a dungeon. I've already done a video on this dungeon. But I just wanted to repeat it since I'm doing these voiceovers now. At the end we'll go over the runes really quick. So you can see the guy's power. The only one that I don't think you've seen recently though is Squinch. He's not particularly well runed up, but I've changed a few little pieces on him. So the attack order here is important. Before, when I'm doing auto runs, I put Zurk first because you want to get him to attack first to generate his extra attacks from the criticals he gets. But this time around we want Bramble first because you want to kick things off with Dance Party to generate that extra critical damage. Now on my auto run dungeons, as you know, if I'm using the goblins, I'll bring along Rocky because of the bonus that he gives for all nature allies, increasing the crit. Because we don't have that here, if we run it without Bramble's Dance Party on there, the criticals come much more infrequently. And when you hit the mid-boss, as I think we're about to now, and then the end boss, that can cause you a bit of pain. So I should be able to auto-run these guys, so I'll let them do that while I continue. So I've brought along these potions. If you try and auto-run some of this, I can only semi-auto-run it. Sometimes your guys might die, so you need a couple of resurrects in there. I also bring along one energy potion to refresh Bramble right at the end, to give him back his Dance Party again, which I could have put on there if I'd not gone on auto run, but I'll do it. You should be able to finish the last level off. If you grab that. I should be able to finish this last room off, even though Bramble won't have a full 2 set of attacks. So we put Dance Party on. Get this. You did have. Yeah, that should take care of things. So what you want to do on this piece, you cannot let the enemy Squinch take his go because he'll run around, set you all on fire, and because you're all green goblins apart from your own Squinch, but he will kill your heroes off very, very quickly if you're not careful. So with my first attacks, I try and target Zurk to make sure that they don't get any kind of extra attacks from there. Then I go for Bramble. I leave Nub Nub till last because he's not particularly useful. So he's crushed the nerds on him, then he's gone, which is great. It's working a charm so far. Set them on fire. Miss? Good lord, what are you thinking? I should have killed both of those, but never mind. If you get to a point as well where you need to use Nub Nub to cast, you get an ability to cast something, try and get his shield up. If you're struggling on making this all the way through, then bring another energy potion, cast it on Nubs and get his, what's it called, stout team on there. So there you go, very easily done. And you don't need massive runes to do this either, you should be able to get through it. One thing to note is the chests. So in Guild Games 5, they had upgraded the standard chests, the silver and the gold and platinum, the purple chests, so that the materials that you got out of there were actually good. We were getting stuff like gems and essences, but they've gone back to the original code for Guild Games 4, and now when you get a standard chest, the materials inside are pretty rubbish. So hope you get some runes instead. Although neither of those two are particularly useful, so they're going to get scrapped here almost immediately. So in here we get our reward, which is a what's it called again? Is it Boss Tooth or something? Boss Fang. So we'll claim that, and then go and take a look at some stats really quick. Where are we? There we go. As the leader of the bunch. So you guys will have seen all this before, I think, if you've watched any more of my recent videos. Nothing's changed particularly on these ones. But this is for anyone that's seeing the video for the first time. You get to see some lovely numbers. Where is Zurk? There he is. So similar sort of affair on him. On the stats. My little glass cannon there with his defense of 1700. I may well do some reworking on Zurk when I get some more defensive runes to throw about. I might put a defensive one on him to see if it makes any difference in his survivability, which it will, but any kind of major difference, which I'm not sure it will. Enough to me to lower his attack, because with his high attack, it's just too useful, as you might have seen in my latest PvP video. Zurk just goes around one-shotting all of the opponents. So he's only on... Nub Nub there only on 48% critical, but it's good enough. And then lastly, where are we? Poor old Squinch, he's the poor cousin out of the group here. He's got some decent runes on him, I suppose, but his critical is lacking. I mean, that rune's dreadful. What am I doing with that on there? I think I'll get rid of that one. And then stats, we are down at 37% critical on that. Not good. I've not put any effort in on Squinch at all, really, but maybe I should do. So there you go, guys. I hope you find that useful. If you use any other teams to actually complete the VH, then post it in the comments section. I'll be interested to see what you're using. That's all for now, guys. Please leave comments, questions or suggestions in the comments section below. I'll always try to answer. Remember to check out the rest of my YouTube channel for more Dungeon Boss videos, or search for Zombie Dungeon Boss in Google or YouTube for more. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.